YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. As you can see, if you're an avid watcher of the channel, we are in a totally new area. I just feel like going outside today. And I just feel like talking into the camera and talking about what to do after you binge eat. Because I get this question very, very often, whether it's on my TikTok or my Instagram or email or whatever it is. These birds are, hope it's not too bad with the birds, but either way, what to do after you binge eat to make sure that you don't lose progress, or to make sure that you stay on track, and to make sure you didn't ruin everything. And so I'm going to cover all that here in this video. Before I go into what you should do, I'm going to go into what you should not do, because I think the should not is even more important than the should, which also, by the way, I want you to watch the whole video, so I want to make sure you watch to the end. First, what should you not do? I'm going to lay out some things that you should not be doing. First and foremost, you should not be fasting or restricting calories even more the next day. That is what you should not be doing, for a few reasons. Number one, and probably most importantly, candidly, you didn't do anything wrong. You did not do anything wrong. And if you, God forbid, you overeat on calories one fucking night, if you overeat on calories one night, that doesn't make or break your progress. Nobody got skinny from eating one salad and eating perfectly one day. Nobody got fat from overeating one night, because it's about what you do consistently over a long period of time. So you don't need to go fast or restrict your food or only eat 1,000 calories to make up for it, because making up for it would mean you did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You're never going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. So that's number one. And number two, what this is going to create is, first and foremost, a very unhealthy relationship with food, because if you're just like constantly binge eating and then restricting and then binge eating and then restricting, number one, like I said, it's going to create this mindset of you did something wrong, which you didn't. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Number two, what's going to happen is kind of what I just alluded to. You're going to have this cycle where you overeat and then you massively undereat. Because you're massively undereating, you're going to overeat again, and then you massively undereat and then overeat, and this cycle just happens back and forth and back and forth. This is the perpetual yo-yo dieting cycle, where people can't ever really get out of it, because, well, they can, but they have to change their mindset, because it's not about going to restrict more the next day or making up for it or eating less calories or doing all these things. You don't have to make up for it, because like I said, the one day didn't make or break your progress. So you're fine. You just got to get back on track. So that's number one. Number two, you should not be going to do hours and hours and hours of cardio to burn off those extra calories. Once again, one of these surefire ways to have a very unhealthy relationship with food. One of the surefire ways. Because you're using exercise as a form of punishment for something you did. Once again, that would automatically create this cycle of where you did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You just again, God forbid, like, you're not fucking perfect. God forbid you overeat one night. Who cares? You don't have to go do hours and hours of cardio to burn off the extra calories you ate. It's not worth it. It's not necessary. And honestly, I don't care how much cardio you do, you're not going to burn that many calories doing that much cardio. So it's almost like this, again, this futile game of like, you're going to, have a night where you overeat and you're going to massively, massively try to do more cardio. You're going to restrict yourself so much, do so much cardio, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to have cravings through the roof, you're going to be super hungry. All this is going to lead up to you restricting once again and then overeating once again. So the cycle of, once again, overeating, undereating, overeating, undereating is going to happen in perpetuity. Just stop. You don't have to go do tons and tons of HIIT cardio or go on the treadmill and run 20,000 miles. Stop doing that. It's not worth it, and it's going to backfire in the long run because of what I just said. That's number two. Number three, you don't have to only go eat clean foods. Like, if you had, once again, God forbid, you had some pizza or some foods you enjoyed that night, some chips, cookies, whatever. You don't have to go and say, well, now today I have to only eat egg whites and oatmeal and salad and this and that because I got to make up for it. Because once again, you didn't do anything wrong, so you don't have to make up for it. And again, this is going to lead to you having this perpetual cycle of restricting and then binging, and then restricting and then binging, because you're going to, you overate one night And then to make up for it, you're trying to only eat clean foods, only eat salads, not allow yourself to have any of these foods ever again. And what's gonna happen is you're going to lose your fucking mind. And then, 4 days, 5 days goes by, if you even make it that far, 4 days, 5 days goes by, and then you're so deprived of all these foods you enjoy. You're so deprived of, you're telling yourself you can't have these foods. What happens when you tell yourself you can't have something? Like when you tell your kid, don't touch that thing in the store, what do they go and do? They immediately go and touch the thing in the store. Right? It's just what happens. So when you tell yourself, no, I can't have this, no, I have to eat clean, I have to eat healthy, only clean foods, you're fueling the fire of binge eating that much more. That's one of the biggest things that causes binge eating is labeling foods good and bad and over-restricting certain foods. That you're just fueling the fire that much more. So again, it's gonna lead back to the perpetual cycle of just overeating, undereating, overeating, undereating, restrict, binge, restrict, binge. Stop it. You don't have to do anything extra or anything out of the ordinary to make up for your one night, or I don't even care, one weekend or 1 week or 1 month. I don't give a fuck how long it was. You don't have to do anything extra to make up for it because you did not do anything wrong. You didn't fuck anything up. So you don't have to do anything extra. Just simply get back on track. And sometimes people hear this and they're like, great, Eric, thanks, but what do I do? It's actually very simple. You get back on track. But how do you get back on track? You have to, this comes back to action. This comes back to action because you can't get back on track unless you take an action, right? Because you'd be in the same cycle you were. So this comes back to action. Action is what creates results, and then results create motivation. Most people think it goes, I get motivated, I take an action, I see results, and that gets me motivated to keep going. It's not how it goes, because you're not gonna be motivated, especially when you just overate, because you think you did everything wrong. Hopefully, at least hopefully, after this video, you realize you should not feel guilty or think you did anything wrong because you didn't fuck anything up. Because you overeating on one night or one weekend did not make or break your progress. Because what you do some of the time is not as important as what you do most of the time. What you do most of the time is much more important than what you do some of the time, all right? So hopefully after this video, you didn't fuck anything up. But with that being said, again, action is what creates this, right? So it goes action, results, motivation. You take an action, you see some results, you get motivated to keep taking the action. That's how this goes. So it all comes back to action. But the thing is, after you may have overeaten on your diet or whatever, it's hard to take the action. It's not easy. I'm not sitting here telling you it's easy. It's very hard. It's hard to take that action, but you have to find, this is where you don't have to move mountains here. Just take some sort of fucking action that gets you in the positive direction again. I don't care. And take a small action, which we're gonna touch on, but also quickly. Like the minute you're like, all right, well, I should get back on track, do it. Do something. I don't care what it is. And this is where, again, it goes into small actions. This could be literally doing 5 body weight squats. This could be literally drinking 1 glass of water. This could literally be having 1 piece of fruit. This could literally be the most simple thing ever, because those 3 things I just said, doing 5 body weight squats, having 1 glass of water, or eating 1 piece of fruit. I don't know anybody who got done doing one of those 3 things and said, man, I feel worse than what I did earlier. No, you drink some water, probably feel better. Eating fruit's healthy. Body weight squats, get some movement. Great. Any one of those 3 things are gonna get you that result of feeling better and getting you back in the right direction. It's all about pushing you back in the right direction to get you back on track. So 2 things, take action quickly. The minute you're like, man, I should probably get back on track, go. Like, I don't want you to think about it. Just do something positive to get you back in the right direction. And again, this is not coming from a place of, I'm not telling you to go do hours and hours of cardio or only eat clean foods as a form of punishment. That's not what this is. This is taking a small action to get you back in the right direction, in a positive direction. This is not a negative punishment. This is a positive step forward, 2 steps, 1 step in front of the other, moving forward. That's what this is about. And the mindset of that matters, because when you do things from a punishment standpoint, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna get you closer to your goals. And again, it's gonna fuel that fire of binge eating that much more. You're literally putting wood on the fire and you're fucking dousing it with gas when you're doing things to punish yourself. Stop doing that. Don't do that. It's not good for you. It's not gonna help you. You're not helping yourself. Do something to move you back in the right direction and make it small, make it attainable, because again, after you overeat, you probably feel, again, especially earlier on, After you watch this video, it's gonna be better. But you know, especially earlier on, you're feeling down and you're feeling like, you know, oh my God, I just ate all this food. So it can be overwhelming to, like, you know, try to eat only clean foods, like do all these, you know, go do an hour workout. Go take a 5-minute walk, man. Go literally do 10 body weight squats. Like, just do something small. You don't have to conquer the entire world with this action. But what this action is gonna do is you're going to get right back on track to your plan. And that's it. So if you were eating, you know, 1,800 calories as your plan, but God forbid you eat 2,500 calories or whatever it is, take an action and then just get back to your plan. Get back to your plan. You know, have a protein shake. Get back to your plan. Hit your protein goal. Get back in your calorie plan. Just get back on track. I want to make this very clear. I'm going to end with this. You do not have to do anything extra to make up for what you just did, because what you just did is not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. You didn't fuck up. You didn't ruin all your progress. Again, nobody got skinny from eating perfectly one day or one weekend. So nobody's gonna ruin their progress from eating, you know, eating bad one night or overeating one night or overeating one weekend. Or again, I don't care if it's a week or a month or a year. I don't care. The whole point is you just get back on track. And that is what is most important. If you can truly understand that and truly internalize you did nothing wrong and just get back on track, I promise you with my hearts of hearts, oh, red shirt, red heart. I promise you with my hearts of hearts, you are going to be just fine, okay? Don't punish yourself. Don't do anything differently. I promise you're gonna be okay. Take an action, quick, simple, easy, get back on track, get back to your plan. And finally, you're not gonna be perfect. You're not a robot, you're a fucking human being. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, nobody's perfect. The people watching me make this video, they're not perfect either. Nobody's perfect. So just realize that, and God forbid, give yourself a fucking break once in a while. Stop being such an asshole to yourself. It's okay to go over your calories 1 or 2 nights. It's not the end of the world, and you're not lazy for it, or you're not a failure, or you didn't fuck up. It's normal, so please understand that, all right? Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we will talk soon, all right?